Hello, family, and welcome to Kami Ideas. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so you receive notifications whenever I upload a new video. Don't also forget to leave your comments and your suggestions. Today in this video, I want to share with you some challenges of the nursing profession or some of the difficulties we face as nurses in this profession of ours. And that is not to say we don't have challenges at everywhere. Definitely, we have challenges, we have difficult times in every workplace. But I'm just sharing that of nursing with you. So while we are preparing to buy your nursing form, to go for your interview, get your admission letters, you know that this is awaiting you. So it wouldn't be like a strange thing you are not aware. I didn't know nursing was like this, like that. So I'm for telling you. I'm for telling you. So you'll be abreast with our challenges and just prepare yourself to embrace them as they come. Challenge one is in this profession of ours, you will lose some family and loved ones, friends around you somehow. And because when you are working, imagine you're in a facility and then a call is coming, a personal call, a friend is calling you, this person, it's been a while, maybe you haven't heard from this person, is just calling you, and you are working on a client or a patient. You can't afford to be working on a client and picking a personal call, official call, maybe from another unit or from the head unit or something. You can pick those calls, but if it's a personal call just for you to chat, sometimes you can't attend to those calls. You have to finish with what you are doing and reach to them later. For example, you are working in a unit where you are having so many patients to take care of, and you are serving medication, and we know we have procedure for serving medication. You have to confirm the name of the drug, the expiry date of the medication, the right patient, the right time, the right document, everything, all the rights that are included in serving of medication. And you are on a phone call and you are working on patients. People can have similar names. So if care is not taken, you end up giving the wrong drug, the wrong time, the wrong dosage, even to the wrong patient. And you can't afford to allow negligence to cause you to do a mistake that will be very, very difficult to erase, or a permanent damage to somebody, because you are taking care of souls and you can't afford to allow a phone call to cause you problems. So that's one of the things, that's one of the challenges. So sometimes friends and families who understand you know the nature of your work wouldn't have problem with you, but those who are, they don't understand why back in school we're together, we know each other in and out, our challenges, we shared our joy. Now you are permanent because you are now working. We now call you, you don't pick up our calls. You're always busy, giving excuses. My party, you didn't come. My wedding, you didn't come, and all that. And they are offended. They are offended, and then they are like, you of yesterday, today you are not showing off. Are you the only person? Are you the only government worker? Are you working for Africa? So these are some of the things you'll be facing. So you have to explain yourself to people you need to explain to, and let them understand that this is the nature of my work. And sometimes if I happen not to answer your phone calls, that is not to say I'm not showing off or I'm so busy that I don't have time for friends. And I always ensure that whenever I'm my off days, I always make sure that I try to reach out to people I have not called in a while, and so they don't feel like I've abandoned them and all that. Because per what I do, I can't be calling you all the time. Sometimes you have to just send them a text message. Once a while you call to check up on these people, because if care is not taken, before you realize, you'll be left with you and only one family member and a loved one and a friend, which is your life partner. God forbid. That was just on a lighter note. Yes, so you, if care is not taken, you are likely to lose some family, some friends, and some loved ones. Point challenge two is there is nothing like holidays, public holidays in nursing, like Farmers Day, Christmas Day, 31st, first, and all that. Eid al Fitr, Eid al Adha. There is nothing like that in the profession. In the profession, we have an annual leave and we have off days. Annual leave, like you go on leave once in a year, like a month in a year, you'll be on leave, you enjoy your free holiday. That's 1 month. And then we have off days. let me say under Ghana Health Service, we work for 5 working days and you have an off day. So you work for 5 days and you enjoy one day off and resume work the following day. So there's nothing like public holiday. In fact, in the profession, we are immune to public holidays. In fact, we are resistant to holidays, public holidays. Yeah, so in nursing, the only time you get like for community nurses and psychiatry nurses and the other specialized units like eye clinic and all that, sometimes they don't work on weekends. That's when they are working in the district hospital and the other hospital clinics and all that. But they work for the weekdays and go off on weekends like Saturday and Sunday. They don't work. Monday they resume. But when they are working in remote areas, chips compound, there's nothing like Saturday, Sunday. They go work. You work. Like we don't have public holiday. So if you are a psychiatry nurse, sometimes they enjoy some one off days or public holidays when they are in the district hospitals and the public units and the teaching hospitals and all that. But when they are in their remote areas, like community nurses in remote villages and all that, there's nothing like today is holiday. And have you ever been to the hospital and like on a Christmas day and you don't see a nurse attending to you? We are always nursing services 24/7. Like we are always there are always workers at the hospital, so we don't go on public holidays. We can't afford people to allow people to die in our hands. Yes, so challenge three, the ability to work under pressure. Yes, the ability to work under pressure. And in fact, I am a junior staff nurse, and one of my job descriptions states that I have to have the ability to work under pressure. And then one of those challenges, and it is just rare, like it's very real, not rare, it's very real. And I'm now facing it. I was like, I didn't understand initially, but now I do. Because by the nature of my work, I'm currently an ICU nurse. I'm working in an ICU unit, and I get to work with neonates, so neonates and babies. And sometimes, and per the nature of my units, per the staff strength and all that, you are running shift alone. Just like I go to work, you do everything alone. We are not like two, we are just one person, one nurse on a shift because of the nature of our staff strength in my facility currently. If you get enough nurses, enough staff, fine. But for now, we are running shift individual, like alone. So, and you are running shift with taking care of neonates, and some of them are on oxygen, some are in incubators who need to be fed like 3 hourly. And let me say, you're having like 12 neonates, and like 5 of them are supposed to be feeding them 3 hourly. And they have times, let me say, you start feeding at 12, so 1 to 3 a.m. you feed them per the nature of your work. And let me say you're running nights and you are having these patients, and then you are like, let me sit down and close my eye for a second. There is nothing like you are closing your eye for a second in an ICU, because these neonates are not like grown-ups who know that you tell the person, I'll fix something in your nostrils. Be sure that that thing doesn't removed, okay? Like it doesn't get removed. If it removes, you will not get oxygen, you will not be able to breathe, and anything can happen to you, okay? And explain your procedure and all that. These are neonates. They don't know what is called. They don't even know there's something fixed in their nostrils where which is helping them to or aiding them to breathe. And you happen to sit down and you are dozing, and the neonate happen to pull out the nasal prongs and run into get sinus or having difficulty in breathing, and you end up losing them because they are babies. Babies are not like grown-ups, okay? So you have to be standing on your feet, and the only time you get to sit down is maybe you are sitting down to document, or you want to sit down to feed a baby or a neonate or something. Other than that, there's nothing like I want to sleep, and then you bath all of them. You wake up and you have to bath everybody at dawn, all the neonates in there. So if you're having 15 neonates, you bath all of them, you change their diapers, iron their cut sheet, iron their clothing, their dresses, dress them, dress their cord. So the pressure is very real. Like this is the kind of pressure we are facing, and depending on your hospital protocol, on where you are working, if you happen to find yourself at a place where they have enough staff and you are running your shift, even if you are even 2 3, you wouldn't face the pressure like at a facility where you don't have enough nurses and you are supposed to be doing everything yourself. So at the end of the day, you go for a night shift like 7 p.m. and then you work throughout the night, and then you close somewhere like 10 a.m. the following morning. So if you are not someone who can really stand on your feet, and then you are having issues with standing, issues with back pain and all that, pressure alone will drain you. So one of the challenges is pressure. Like you work under pressure a lot. Most of the times you work under pressure. Yes. So that's what I would say about the pressure work. Nursing is so challenging. Like pressure is in nursing. The profession is very, very, it will give you pressure. And by the grace of God and the Lord is our combined strength. So we are capable of doing it and still surviving. The next challenge is our challenge 4. Challenge 4 is, if you are a Christian person like me, and me, I'm a church girl. So if you're a church person like my type who couldn't have afforded to stay a week without attending church service, without going for prayer meeting on weekdays and church service on Sundays, and you are in this profession, you will say, no, this is not where I'm supposed to be. Because in nursing, there will be times it will take you like a month and you haven't even set a foot in church. You haven't been to church. You are busy throughout, like almost every Sunday morning you are running morning shift. Like every Sunday you are running morning shift. And if you happen to pay your church schedule, if your church starts like 7 a.m. and closes at 9:30 or 10, you can attend church, come back, prepare yourself and go to work. But if you attend a church that don't close early, and by if you're running an afternoon shift, by 1 p.m. you are supposed to be at work per your hospital protocol. My hospital, by 1 p.m. I'm supposed to be on duty. So if I go to church and let me say my church closes at 12:30, I wouldn't get enough time to where my church is located and where I stay. And maybe say the church closes like 11:30, 12, and you go to church. You are rushing to come home, back, go to work, and at the end of the day, you get to the ward and the ward is full and pressure is already catching your feet. So sometimes if your church closing time doesn't suit you, you can't even go to church because you want to prepare and then go to the unit to work. So if you are like my time, initially I was having this was my biggest challenge. And I was like, I'm a Christian and I believe in Christ. I'm a Christian, and how can I afford not to go to church? And I'm so all the almost every Sunday I'm working and all that. But then I realized that this is the by now God kept him there for a reason. God, not that by now. I am very sure that I'm in the nursing profession for a reason. The reason is that God will pass through you to heal somebody. And you as a professional nurse, or you as a nurse, a health worker, you don't give life to people. And you can't afford to let somebody die because of your carelessness. So this is what I've come to realize, that this is the nature of my profession. And God wouldn't even be happy with me to leave a patient in the facility and I go to church and I'm praying to him. God will be like, and imagine this patient or client dies. What would I tell God when I die? So sometimes this is the nature of the profession. When you get the opportunity to go to church, you go. And that is not to say you stop praying. We don't only pray on Sundays, and we don't go to church. We are not Christians only on Sundays. You can be Christian wherever you are. So even in the facility, you can get to share the word of God with patients, clients, as they come to your unit. Yes, so that's the nature of the profession. So you have to adjust yourself, schedule your times well, so you would have time to pray, and then you would have time for, if there are meetings. Now we have social media, we have Zoom, we have WhatsApp. People meet for church service, discussion, Bible studies and all that. So if there's time, you go to church on Sunday, you dress, wear your nice clothing, and go and thank God. If the time don't come or the opportunity doesn't come, you cannot afford to leave patients in the ward. It's either you resign or you look for another job that will suit your Christian faith or your Muslim faith or your Hindu or your Buddhist or whichever faith you belong to. So that's one of the challenges. You too, you have challenges with your faith. And the last difficulty or the last challenge I want to share with you is sometimes our monies are used for charity work as professional nurses. Yes, I must say. Sometimes you are in the facility and then this patient comes in and then after treatment, they are supposed to pay for hospital bills and becomes a tag, like a tag on their neck, a tag on their face, everywhere they are going. It's like you are owing, you don't have money to pay for a bill. And this patient is psychologically disturbed. Even upon being discharged, they are not at peace. And sometimes some are there just for them to get money to buy food becomes very, very difficult. And if we nurses, sometimes we come together, contribute things, and then we help people in the unit. And these are some of the things we face in the facility. If care is not taken at the end of the day, you look at someone's life, someone's going through a lot of difficulties in the ward facility, and you end up giving all your all to this person. So sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, they are also Ghanaian, they pay tax in one way or the other. And this patient, you even when you read from the husband, the whole family members, you can see they are going through hard times, and this person is not having the money to pay for the hospital bills. And I am a professional nurse, I'm a nurse, I don't have that right to discharge any patient because of bills. If I have money to pay for them, so fine. But if I don't have the money, I cannot go and discharge a patient that if you don't have money, go home anyway. So some of them will be lying in the facility because the money is not coming to my account. They won't pay it to me or they won't pay it to. The money is for the government, and whatever the government decides, that whatever the policy says is what we follow. So I don't have the right to discharge any patient. And sometimes I just pray that people want, as you get blessed, just try and visit hospital, visit health facilities, just see the number of patients who are there because of no money to pay for hospital bills, and you can reach out to anybody or somebody. So this is where I'll be ending the video today. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But by the way, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and click on that bell just beside or adjacent or just beside the subscribe button, so you get to receive notifications whenever there's a new upload. So this is where we'll be ending the video today. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.